This clip is brought to you by VegasWinners.com. Get expert sports betting advice from some of the best handicappers in the world. Head on over to VegasWinners.com and win yourself some money.
Let's talk about something else that's better. And you've MF'd it a little bit, but I want you to just admit that you were wrong and walk it back now. The Braves are in the fucking World Series, buddy.
Woo, woo.
That's awesome.
I watched the last inning. I watched the bottom of the 8th and I watched the top of the 9th in the hotel room. And it's the first baseball I'd watched all season.
Really?
Yeah. And I did that because I'm thinking, well, you know, I'm hearing what the score is and everything from fans that we got and people that work behind the scenes who are Braves fans. And they're saying, hey, the Braves are up 4-2. And we get into the car. I drive, by the way, I go back and forth from the hotel normally with our buddy Jeff Jones. This time I went back with
who's a talker. Jeff's a talker.
Ooh. This time I went with Raphael, and Raphael informed me, yeah, the Braves are winning. I said, oh, so I went in and I turned the TV on. Never turned the TV on. Two things about my hotel room: always turn off the air conditioner as soon as I get in there. That's number one. And number two, I never turn the TV on. Two things about my hotel room.
Why do you never turn the TV on?
Because I look at my phone, I watch things on my iPad. I have no interest in TV.
Let me mention this. Here's a little life hack for you.
All right.
You have an Apple phone, right?
Yep.
Get an Apple TV, load it with all your apps and stuff, get all your logins right.
Yeah.
And then whenever you travel, take the Apple TV, one HDMI cord, of course, the power cord that comes with it, and the remote, the Apple remote. And then anywhere you go in the world, it's like you got your TV at home.
That's pretty cool.
I do that. So I never actually watch local TV.
Right.
I've got all my apps, all my stuff, and I can just plug it in and I'm good to go.
Yeah. You can even operate your Apple TV with your phone.
Absolutely.
There's a remote on there. So that's a great idea.
But sometimes I want to turn my phone off and I don't want to respond to text messages or scroll social media. I need to just turn it off.
Yeah.
I was told that actually by Mrs. Conrad Thompson.
Mm.
Yeah. So anyway, you don't turn on your TV, but you do turn on the AC, and you get home after riding with Raphael and Jeff Jones.
I turn off the AC.
Yeah. Oh wait, off the AC.
I turn off. Yes. I turn the AC. Even when we were just in Orlando, even when we were in Miami the week before, first thing I do is turn the AC off.
Why?
Because I hate cold air blowing on me. I despise it. I can't do it. I just cannot do it. So I turn it off. And like, for instance, in my room in Orlando, it was 76 degrees the entire time in there.
You're fine. A monster. You're a monster.
That was fine. So, but I turned the TV on, saw the Braves win, was pretty excited about it, watched on the field when they gave them the National League trophy and saw all that, and sent a text to Brian Snitker. And there you go. I told Brian, I said, have a drink for me and congratulations. Haven't heard back from him, but we're damn proud of him, man. I was with Snit. I was, of course, with Gwinnett for years as their play-by-play guy, and he was the manager. So we went out to dinner a lot, developed quite a bond, and I knew Freddie Freeman. He was with our team in 2010 in Gwinnett. Luke Jackson, I know him very well. Ozzie Albies, he was with our team. I know Ozzie. I know, and of course he wasn't playing, but I know Acuna. Adam Duvall was on our team. So I know these kids. I know them. And so I'm very proud of them. And I know everybody that's a Braves fan, and I know you are. And I know a lot of people in Alabama are throughout the Southeast. Hell, throughout the
You didn't have a choice. Right? If you grew up on, and we're about to watch, of course, this is a wrestling show, believe it or not, boys and girls. And
yes, it is.
We're going to watch World Championship Wrestling from TBS from 1986. And I grew up on that. So as a kid, my favorite player was Dale Murphy.
Right.
Before all the Braves success, I mean, he was the dude. And then, you get Ron Gant and you get David Justice and Fred McGriff and that maybe the best bullpen ever. I still believe that. But you got Lemke and you got Otis Nixon and all these great names, Terry Pendleton from that championship run.
Right.
And it felt like, when they did the whole worst to first thing, this will never happen again. and it didn't. They had
Right.
the one championship after a bunch of tries, sort of became like the Buffalo Bills of baseball, if you will.
Right.
And now they're back. And when they went in to play the Dodgers, everybody was just saying, "Oh, well, this is short work for the Dodgers," and I believe that too. But since I was on vacation, man, I got to watch all those games, and I'm super pumped with what they're doing. And it was high fives all around at my house that they're just back in the World Series.
Yeah, that's good stuff. It reminds you of worst to first. It reminds you of the early 90s and even reminds you, of course, of 95 when they won the series. Now, you brought up some names because I worked with the Braves for so long. I know Lemke very well. I know I'm dropping names here. I know Terry Pendleton, John Smoltz, Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine and I did some work together. So I've been very, very involved with the Braves for a number of years. I was very fortunate because, as you know, I was always been a baseball guy. So when I left wrestling, I was able to do baseball.
Yeah.
And I did baseball here in Atlanta. It was funny. I go back and I say this on a personal note that all the years I worked for Turner Broadcasting, I tried to get to do something with the Braves and they never would look my way. As soon as I lost the job with WCW, as soon as I ceased becoming an employee of Turner Broadcasting, I started working with the Braves. It's the damnedest thing ever. But yeah, congratulations to that franchise because they've always done things the right way.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that because they've done things the right way about getting good people in their organization. I remember when John Sherholtz, I know guys that John Sherholtz would not have on his team. They ran off John Rocker, right?
Yeah.
They just were not going to have people that cause problems on their team. Good people. You had to be a great baseball player, but you had to be a good person. So congratulations to them. I'm excited about the World Series. I'm not going to watch it, but I'm excited about it.
Well, you're not going to watch it because you're not going to be able to. You're going to be working.
Yes, mostly because, my God, I've got a hell of a run coming up.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, as we're taping this, but as this thing, we're taping this on a Monday. I'm heading to Boston on Tuesday, flying back to Boston from Boston Thursday, flying to Traverse City, Michigan for the Cherry Capital Comic Con, and that is in Traverse City, Michigan over the weekend, over the Halloween weekend. Flying back on Monday, turning around and flying, where am I flying? Kansas City, and then driving from Kansas City to St. Louis, flying back home on Sunday, and then out again. It's a crazy weekend, a crazy week, crazy month for me. So, and sometimes I wonder if I'm going to run out of steam. I really do. Because I fear there comes a time in a man's life.
Oh, here we go.
No, come on now. In a woman's life where you just say, I can't do any more. I'm out of steam. I'm out of gas. And I fear it's going to hit me all at once. Right now I'm doing great. I'm just, bam. I have a bag packed. It stays packed. All my toiletries stays packed. I boom, go to the airport, park my car, go to boom, 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 go to the Delta Lounge, bang, 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 Delta, Uber here, do the.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe this is real, but we not only got a handicapper, but we got the best ever. How are you so good at handicapping these games? I mean, 4-0, that's quite a streak already.
Well, let's talk about every pick I've given this year in the NFL as an example. 23-8. Every pick I've given this year. 4 weeks in the bag, 23-8. There's nobody in the country that can match what I do, but I always make sure, because anybody, Conrad, could make up anything. They could tell you and blow smoke and tell you, oh, I'm the greatest. But I am independently monitored and documented, so nobody could ever question what I say and go, I don't believe it. I send every pick to an independent monitoring and documentation service that has to get the pick before the game goes off and then publishes it after the game goes off so anybody can see what I gave. But this is the best start I've ever had. I've never been this good to start a season. You don't win every week, 4 weeks in a row, everything you put out. It's been the kind of year I've had. So get on a hot streak, because when a guy's on a hot streak like me, you want to ride it. I've always had a talent for picking winners. Never quite as hot as I am right now, but I've always been very good at it. And I think it's because I do more homework than anybody else. You know, the average guy or gal watching this podcast, they don't have time. They have a career, they have jobs. They might read the newspaper or go online and see something, but they don't have time 80 hours a week to study the games. That's what I do. And I have a crew of guys behind me, my consultants, who every week we get together 3 times a week and they throw their ideas at me. I throw my ideas at them. And then I pick the final 5 plays on Saturday and Sunday in college and pro football. So, I mean, I've got a great team behind me too, but we're all doing together hundreds of hours of homework. So you don't have to. It's all at vegaswinners.com.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to vegaswinners.com right now. Let's win some money.
Show, spend the night, go home, and it's all bow, 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 and it's a lot of stuff. But I feel that one thing says I'm gonna say, okay, here we go, and I'm gonna go. I just want to go to sleep, and I'll be too old to move. I fear that time is approaching. Well, it is, obviously, but I fear it's approaching rapidly. That's one of the reasons I hang out with like Rebel and Britt.
To keep you young.
Yes, yes. And Serena Deeb, she's part of our crew and that I like to hang out with. And they do keep me young. But there's my life, buddy. And so I won't be able to watch any World Series games. I don't care. I'll find out. I'll look on my phone. I'll see a score and I'll go, yay. And if they win, I'll send a text to Snit. And there you go.
This is really the first time the Braves have been in this spot since the internet has been where it is, you know, social media and all that. And buddy, I'm so excited about today's WHW. We're marching towards Starrcade 1986. And to help us get there, we're jumping on into November. Now you'll notice, Tony, that the first November episode is not on the program. It's not on Peacock, but they did have a show on November 2nd, or they would at least record one on November 2nd that aired on the 8th. And that's what we're going to watch here today. But it's interesting that it skips a week. So I'm saying all that to say you and I are going to get way ahead of ourselves before we know it.
Right.
And I think we might need to call an audible. So I've got some ideas on what we can do to make sure that we still hit Starrcade around Thanksgiving time, like we always do. It's become your Thanksgiving tradition here from 2017 and 18 and 19 and 20. And we're going to keep it going this year. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at savewithconrad.com.